Can you hear me?
Yeah, you know. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, let me send this out. Hold on. Yeah, I've sent out the new link. We are recording right now, and then we'll see if people join. Give it like 2 minutes, and then I'll just start.
Okay.
And we'll just take questions if people write in. At least there'll be a video up for everyone that's watching now.
Okay. Whoever didn't go, yeah. Okay.
Give it 2 minutes.
I think everyone got the wrong link, lah.
Say that again?
I think everyone got the wrong link.
Yeah. Did anyone mention anything? You?
No, I don't think so. I think they bought 9:30. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should just get started. I just sent out the new link to everyone, so they join. Okay, so apologies to everyone that was supposed to join for the captain's meeting. We had some technical difficulty. What we're going to do is kind of go over what we want to discuss. And if you guys have any questions, just email us. You know how to contact us, or you can just message us on Facebook as well. You would think after 5 seasons we would figure this out, but technical difficulties are technical difficulties. Okay, so to start off, the biggest difference for this season, for those that have played before, is that we have combined the 2 divisions together into one. Previously, there was a gold and a black division. Now there is only one division playing for one championship, a runner-up and a second runner-up as well. So we'll have a 3rd and 4th place game as well this season. Again, those that are concerned about the divisions from before, black and gold, and the skill level and the competition level, don't be worried about that. We're quite sure, seeing some of the talent that's there, that the parity is quite even, and also that a lot of the teams that have played before have players coming in and out, and so you won't really see a lot of that gold versus black separation anyway. So we made the decision to combine everyone, and again, our main concern is to make sure competition is good for everyone. And yeah, we believe it's going to be a good season doing it this way. And as a result, as well, with only one championship as opposed to two, the championship prize is a bit higher as well. Next on the list, I guess, if we go from there, is the groupings. There are a lot of new teams this season. A lot of new teams, 2 free agent teams, full rosters. Again, a lot of new people coming in, which is great to see. What we did for scheduling is that we have 18 teams total for the league, split into 3 divisions. Each division has 6 teams, and I should say 3 groups, right? So each group has 6 teams, and each team will play a minimum of 5 games, right? So that's 5 regular season games. Sorry, I just saw someone joined. Sorry for the technical glitch there. Tanjun Siu. What team are you from?
Watching Tigers.
All right, perfect. Again, sorry for that technical difficulty. I'm just going to go over some of the changes, and then again, if there's any questions, you can just type it in the chat box, and then we expect there to be questions later on once we post this online as well.
Okay.
So just to recap real quick, I think you guys, this is the first season you guys are playing, or did you guys have players playing from previous seasons?
There are a few players who have played last season, but they are mostly new in this team.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Pooch app, is that Michael? Who's that? Who just joined?
Yeah, Rajan, Michael here.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Sorry about the technical glitch. Thanks for sticking around though. In any case, we'll post this back up, and if you guys have questions, again, you know how to reach us. What I went over just now really quickly is our decision to combine the league into one division this season. No black and gold anymore. The main reason for that being that number one, that a lot of the teams are new, or a lot of the teams have players that have moved from one team to another or started their own teams. So there really isn't the disparity that we had in the previous seasons with the gold and black division. The competition should be pretty even. We have 2 teams of free agents, and the talent is quite good as well. So overall, we think it's a more even playing field, and also by combining the prize money for the champions is bigger as well. So from there, basically, we have 18 teams, 3 groupings of 6 teams each. Each team will be playing 5 games within their group, and then from there, the top 8 of the entire league will move on to the playoffs, and it's a single elimination playoffs as well. Emil, I just saw that you joined. If you have any questions, just type it in or just chime in.
Yeah, sure.
So that's essentially, all right. That's essentially how the breakdown of the league is going to go. If there's questions about the groupings as well, essentially what we did is we just separated the previous championship teams, which is World Century, Rhinos, and Stallions, as well as Kriegers, in separate groups, and then from there we randomized it. So that should keep everything a bit even as well. And that said, again, like I mentioned, even for those teams that have won, and like the Rhinos and the WCM, and even the Stallions, the rosters have changed. So we're different from other leagues in that it's not necessarily club teams that come in. The rosters are usually pretty fluid. I think a lot of you guys that have played in previous seasons have seen that as well. But we're pretty confident that the competition level is even throughout. And again, this way everyone kind of plays for a big chunk as well. And there's also second runner-up prizes as well for the season. So that's kind of how the breakdown is for this go round. Let's jump quickly to the schedule. The first round of games are going to start October 15th. Let me share this with you guys real quick, in case you haven't seen it. All right, so I think you guys can see that. The those are the 3 groups that you can see. Again, you will only play the teams within your group, and then from there you'll be seeded into the playoffs. 9 games per day, and again, that's every Saturday. First game starts at 1:15. Please be there early. We need to be able to start and finish on time. So 1:15 will be tip-off. There'll be a 5-minute grace period, a 10-minute grace period to get all your players there. A minimum of 5 to start the game. Otherwise, you forfeit. Again, for you guys that have played before, same rules. So Andre has sent the handbook for this season as well. But anyone that's new and watching this, essentially, we play FIBA rules with 2 main exceptions. Number 1 is we can call timeouts during live balls. So that's just like what you see in the NBA. It's a variation away from what FIBA does. And then the other one is no zone, right? So man defense only, and that is regulated by a defensive 3 seconds essentially. So what that means is you can't be standing in the key for more than 3 seconds without guarding anyone. And so technically, if you wanted to play a zone outside the key, you could, but what you'll find quickly is that translates to bad defense. So again, if you have questions about that, we can talk about it afterwards. The refs have been primed again this season. It'll take a game or 2 again for them to kind of get used to that, because we are the only league that does that. So please do be a bit patient with them, but don't worry, we work on them after every game to kind of hound that into them. But you'll see after at least the second season, everyone will be used to that. All right, so let me show you the schedule once again. All right. So games are every Saturday until we get to after the end of the regular season. We have a 1-week break, and then we get into the playoffs. The playoffs will be the top 8 seeded. Okay, and that'll go by record. Okay, and then again, as I mentioned, there is a 3rd and 4th place game as well. We might have another 3-point shootout later on. We'll announce that later as well. But other than that, this is the schedule we're sticking with. We have accommodated as much as we could to people that have asked for the schedule requirements. At this point, we can't make any more changes though. Anything happening during the break? No, we have nothing going on during the break. That'll give everyone a chance to kind of regroup and then get into the playoffs. All right. Any other questions?
Is there any way to access the film? Will it be published or anything?
Yeah, so for the film, basically, we'll post up the full game footage again, like last season. We're also going to be putting up highlights as well. These will be highlights that are taken up from the same angle, but I think some of you guys may have seen that we're using crossover this season. And we had used them in a couple seasons ago, but we're bringing them back. I think we're going to be able to do a couple of cool things with them this season, and we want to offer for you guys that are interested as well some of their advanced stats stuff, which is really cool. There's stuff like, again, your percentage inside the paint. There's stuff like just your shot charts and that kind of thing. So for those of you that are interested in that, just email us and we'll give you more information. We have a lot of that, but we don't show all of it necessarily, but it is data that we kind of use for just studying what needs to get done and that sort of thing as well. So
would it be a team crossover account or would it be pro players?
So we can look into that. I mean, we haven't really decided whether we want to basically give everyone an account. I mean, it wouldn't be everyone having an account, but basically, if you're interested in having that, we can offer it.
Right.
And it'd be basically access to our league account or some version of that, right? Or we would pull down the data for you guys.
Cool.
Yeah, and you're familiar with it, right, Emil?
Yeah.
Crossover, yeah. It's really cool. For those of you guys that don't know, crossover is a basketball stats program and service that's used in the States. The Cleveland Cavaliers use it. University of Kentucky, and basically what they do is they take game footage and break it down. So, every play, let's say, Mike, you just want to sort by the 3-point shots that you took and made. You can create a highlight reel of that, or you can just see for the full season, your percentage within the paint, that kind of stuff. So really cool stuff for people that are interested in it. Okay, let me check the questions real quick. Yeah, so does that mean the website will be immediately updated with stats and vids the following week? So yes and no. What we're doing this season is we're going to be revamping the site a little bit. Ikram, actually, if you want to talk about that. But essentially, we're going to be aggregating stats from the previous seasons, right, Ikram?
Yeah.
So
we have all the stats in season 1, yeah.
Right. So as a player that's played in multiple seasons, you'll be able to see your stats averaged out for over your whole career in StatSports as well. But to answer your question, as far as week to week, we'll try to do it as fast as possible. It's not live stats. And again, we chose to kind of go away from the live stats thing. There are options to do live stats on court, and a lot of places do that. But we're kind of more interested in presenting the stats a bit cooler to you guys, and hopefully you guys see that as well. And we'll figure out a few other ways to use crossover as well. Will we be getting highlights instead of the full video last season? This season, we're going to give you both. All right, so you'll have the full video on YouTube, and then we'll also have highlights as well. We're pulling, yep, okay. Yeah, Ikram, anything you want to add on just the website side of things?
Nothing.
You
Nothing
muted
much nailed it, yeah. The only thing that we're going to do this season is that we're going to get all the stats from season 1. So anybody who's been playing for us in season 2 or 3 will have all their stats up. So you have a, I guess, better view of how your performance is.
Yeah, your career stats and how terrible you get every year.
Hopefully better, not worse. Hopefully better every year.
I feel like after the season, we'll see a lot of people sign up as free agents and just trying to rack up their stats. Like this guy.
Yeah, different name. Different name.
So speaking of which, no, you don't want me on your team. I'm going to be jacking up every shot, Mike. So speaking of which, Ikram will not be playing this season, and he'll be acting as our commissioners. I will be playing, and Andre will be playing. So for us to be sort of impartial, Ikram will be acting as the commissioner. So be nice to him. But on game day itself, the calls as far as technicals or anything that's going on, the refs are the ones that control that, and they have the final say. So I know in previous seasons there's been issues and that kind of thing, and people will come up to myself or Andre, and on game day that's really not our role. We need to let the refs kind of control all that and also maintain the order there. So again, that's how things will work. But again, if there's any issues that need to be taken up, Ikram will be there. And also any protests or that kind of thing, Ikram will also help out with that. All right. Okay, let me just really quick before I forget, run through this handbook. Very quick. Okay. So I've gone through that. Uniforms. Last season we had some issues with some uniforms. Again, guys, just bring your stuff. I mean, we're going to be very tight with the refs this year, and just no pants or no shorts that are close to the same color or jerseys that kind of look like the other jerseys. Just get the same stuff and bring them. Otherwise, don't play. And also, we're going to tell them to be more strict on necklaces and earrings and that kind of thing. I think some people got away with playing with that last season. And again, that's just for safety, right? Photo IDs every game. Please bring your photo IDs. We went over the rules. Uniforms are pretty straightforward. Again, for those that have not been there, the venue is at IGB International School. Really cool court. We've got 3 indoor courts, all air conditioned. we're going to have one guy actually selling food there this year as well, if you guys are interested. But there's also a grocery store down the street if you need it. But yeah, stick around for the games. It's usually a pretty fun day. Parking, there's ample parking. And again, just no booze, no drugs, no smoking on campus. All right. What else? Last couple seasons, we've been really good with the altercations and the fighting and that sort of thing. And so we thank you guys for that. But just a reminder, there's no toleration for any of that kind of stuff, right? There's an immediate ejection, and if need be, you would just be suspended the rest of the season. So, yeah, no reason to get hot-headed. All right. I think that's it on the rules. Again, in general, as far as rules, FIBA rules applies. Sorry, Mike, I didn't understand your question. Something similar to the Score app.
Yeah, it's an app that highlights scores and all that.
Oh, you're just suggesting something else to use?
Yeah. I'll link to it.
Got it. Yeah, that's our commissioner's forte there. If you think that's something that we can work in, but as far as just schedules, they'll be on the website. We'll post on Facebook and stuff to update you guys, but there shouldn't be any changes as we go. All right. See if I've got anything else to cover. You guys have any other questions?
What is the least take on like trash talking?
The least take on trash talking. You mean what's the most allowable amount of trash talking?
Yeah.
It depends who you're talking to.
Just don't bring your mother in. That's it. That should be fine, right?
Okay, fair.
Anything else with your mom is fine.
Okay, that's fair. Because depending on where you are, like trash talking is okay, and then sometimes it's not. So
yeah, this, we don't have tolerance towards profanity, right?
Yeah.
The refs will call you a technical on that, I believe so.
Yeah, and again, the refs are trained by FIBA rules, and again, if it's stuff that interferes play, they're definitely going to call it. If you're getting in someone's face, they're going to call it. I think
call it.
Right. And I think the main issue sometimes is not, I guess, trash talk, but the thing I want you guys to keep in mind is more about how you treat the refs. A lot of times we want to get clarification from them as well. And again, this is stuff that we are coaching them to be able to explain and everything. But if you do need to talk to them, make sure you find the right time and, do it at a timeout and make sure they're okay with it. Otherwise, you're just going to get yourself in trouble. There's nothing, that we can do so much about that either, right?
Right, okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I think that's all that I wanted to cover. At this point, we can just take any questions that you guys have.
Is there a minimum for the award eligibility?
Right, yeah. So you will be doing the individual awards again. As far as those prizes, we'll announce them later on. Eligibility for the awards, and again, these are regular season awards. You have to have played 4 games out of the 5 this season. Okay. And the reason for that, I think we did 3 last season, but 3 games kind of doesn't show much. But 4 games means that you're there at least 80% of the games, and your stats were good enough to do something. But again, there's the MVP award, there's a defensive award, there's a leadership stuff that not necessarily a statistic either, but you need to have played at least 80% of the game. Cool. How do I say your name? Jinsu?
Hey, hi, yes.
Yep. Any questions, man?
Just want a quick check, right? Last season, if I look at my own group, right, Crouching Tiger, we will be playing against, let's say, for example, the World Century marketing team, right? These teams were the winners of the past season. So if you incorporate the gold and black together, right, wouldn't it be a bit lopsided if, let's say, there will be at least one gold team in each group?
Yeah, as opposed to a group of death, you mean, like they have in World Cup?
Yeah, so it's like I have an impression that they will definitely be covering the top 4 seed position, and then the rest got to
Well,
scrap
yeah, yeah, I get your concern. And the thing is, the rosters have changed a lot for both World Century and for Rhinos, and even for the Stallions that won Black last division. These aren't so much club teams where you would think, that they are as strong as the previous year. In our assumption and looking at the roster. So okay, Mike, thanks. Yeah, so again, I wouldn't worry about that so much, and I don't think it's actually a foregone conclusion that they will be the top 4, to be honest with you. So that was just it up.
I see. Okay. Then in this case, if you have 3 groups, right, how do you actually assess or to select the top 8? I mean, based on
Okay.
or something.
Yeah, so you'll play everyone in your group, and then from there we will rank everyone by your full season record. So 18 teams get sorted by your win-loss record, and then from there we go head-to-head. I believe. Do you remember them?
Yeah, because I'm thinking if let's say we have 8, why not just have 2 group tables instead of 3? I mean, it's kind of odd. Just a thought.
Right. That was more on fitting all the games in. We've always done a 5-game sort of season, and that's just to get all the games in. I mean, the more we have teams, we'll do a round robin. We could technically do a bunch, 2 groups of 8, like you mentioned, or 2 groups of 9. But then we wouldn't be able to get the games done so we try to keep the season to about 2.5 months, and so that's the main reason for it.
Oh, okay. Actually, my main concern is to actually wonder whether the teams that I look at from the Gold Division still have the same players and the same skill sets that they have for this season. Otherwise, yeah, it will be a bit lopsided. I mean, you also shared that last time there is some discrepancy on the black and gold, but if you combine, I mean, the outcome seems to me is the same. Like, it doesn't make much difference.
Yes and no. I get what you're saying. Again, looking at the rosters for those for the top 2 teams, really, I mean, if you look at it, the gold teams, I think there's only really 2 from last season.
Okay.
Right. It's Rhinos and World Century.
I see.
And both those rosters have changed significantly as well. So if we were to do a gold division and a black division, there would be 2 gold teams. You know what I mean? So it makes, and technically they may not even be gold anymore. So it's quite even across. And again, besides those guys and putting the black champions in a separate group as well, it's pretty open field.
Oh, okay.
And Emil tells me he's got the best team in the league. So with the White Sox, Mount Pleasant Thunder, huh?
Yeah, original name.
Good stuff. You got any questions, Emil?
Will there be any awards for the playoffs, or only?
We're actually looking into that. That's going to depend on. At a minimum, I want to do just say you're the playoff MVP, or playoff defensive player. So right now, if we're going to have prizes for it, but
right.
We just like we have all stars, and I think we'll do some kind of technology.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Yeah, and the other thing too, guys, that brings up a good point. Playoff eligibility takes 1 game in the regular season to be able to make the playoffs. So if you have a guy on your team that you're saving for the playoffs, or you know that he can't make it, but he's going to be vital for the playoffs, make sure he comes and plays 1 regular season game.
The rules say that you only can have a playing roster of 12. So,
yep.
So potentially I could have more guys come. So I could have like 13, 14 guys come to the game, but only 12 of them can play, or?
That's correct. So basically, we allowed for a maximum roster of 15 players.
Yeah.
So what happens a lot of times is that 12 is not enough for people, travel schedules or work or that sort of thing. So
Right.
they need to be able to fill in. So you can have 15 in your total roster, but you have to select 12 for that game day.
Okay. Cool. Perfect. Okay, that's all on my half.
All right, cool. Anything else, Jinseo?
Thank you.
I think that's about it at the moment. If there's any questions, I'll keep you posted.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, that's it then, guys. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks, yeah? Don't forget your jerseys.
Okay. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
about the jersey.
Mm.
Sorry.
Yep.
I'm not too sure whether I can collect because the supplier told me they will be able to get it done by next week, but it's on a weekday which I can't collect. So I'm not too sure whether can I trouble you guys to actually collect them for us. Then I'll be wearing those jersey on the day itself.
Okay, can you do this? Can you loop us into an email with the supplier, and then we'll try to figure it out.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, maybe we can try to get them to deliver it as well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
We'll try.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Just email it. Yeah. So we're on the same page.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks.
Good luck.
That's about it.
Cheers.